Welcome to the Nevis Newscast from Monday, October 26th, 2020. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. The Ministry of Health in the Nevis Island Administration continues to prioritize cancer prevention and control measures wherever possible, as breast cancer remains the most common cancer amongst women worldwide. That assurance comes from Junior Minister, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month is recognized every October across the globe and is intended to educate people about the importance of early screening, diagnosis, and treatment. For us in St. Kitts and Nevis, it provides an opportunity to focus on this dreaded disease and its impact on those affected in our community.
In St. Kitts and Nevis, data from the Ministry of Health Pathology Lab shows 25 new cases in 2019 and 7 new cases recorded as of June 2020, with affected persons ranging in age from early 30s to late 70s.
Breast cancer is no respecter of persons and can affect both men and women. Although there is no sure way to prevent the occurrence of breast cancer, there are things that we can do to reduce the risk. Many of these are lifestyle related and include a healthy diet, regular exercise, and avoidance of unhealthy habits such as drinking and smoking. The fight against breast cancer, therefore, starts with healthy lifestyle changes and early detection through screening. Breast cancer screening, which includes breast self-examination, clinical breast examination, and mammography. If breast cancer is detected and diagnosed early, there is a good chance that it can be cured, thus improving the outcome and the survival rate.
In her October 24th address to mark the observance of Breast Cancer Awareness Day, the Health Minister also renewed the Ministry's support to organizations which continue to promote breast cancer awareness.
The Ministry of Health and Gender Affairs takes this opportunity to commend the efforts of the local breast cancer foundations in the Federation, namely Pink Lily Cancer Care, Essence of Hope, and Research for Recovery SKN, whose campaign is to raise funds to help increase the awareness of this dreaded disease and provide support in the way of covering costs for treatment. We encourage others to support the cause of these foundations by taking part in the annual fundraising events. We would also appreciate your support for patients, survivors, and those who have lost their lives. Do this by wearing a pink ribbon or any pink clothing throughout the rest of this month. Our focus is not only on prevention and early detection, but also to support breast cancer survivors and their families, and most importantly, to remember all those we have lost.
Meantime, breast cancer survivors who shared their story at the October 21st Breast Cancer Awareness Forum, hosted by the Ministry of Health, have expressed their appreciation to the NIA and the Nevisian community for their continued support.
I would also like to take this moment to commend the Ministry of Health for taking the initiative to organize this event to improve breast cancer awareness. In 2018, at the very young age of 30, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Personally, I have come into contact with so many women who are struggling. And while some things are kept very confidential or on the low, in my opinion, Minister Hazel Brandy Williams is really trying, and I want to give her a round of applause in this moment. I know she's not looking for or expecting the recognition, but she gets lots or probably thousands of calls from me. And whatever she can do to support, whether it's emotionally or otherwise, she is there. And we appreciate you, Minister Williams. Anyone can receive a cancer diagnosis, but supporting someone through such a diagnosis can definitely empower them to fight and not give up. We are all in this together.
I appreciate all of the persons who have helped me through this journey, and I want to appreciate the Health Promotion Unit for allowing me to come here this morning and share my story with you.
Kamara Lee was the keynote speaker at the forum. The persons in attendance also received a testimonial from sports icon Lydia Thompson Claxton, who was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 39 years.
In 2010, when Pink Lily was having its free cancer screening, I signed up and I did a mammogram. And when I went to the doctor for the results, it came back that I was positive for breast cancer. Through it all, I have learned a lot of important lessons as it relates to human goodness and the goodness of God. Because at every step of the way, God had placed persons to help me. And right here, I must now say how appreciative I am of the support that I got, especially from our Nevisian public. From the very first time that I was diagnosed and I made my announcement that this was the case, the general public in Nevis, government, Pink Lily, my church, my co-workers, and even to this day, that is still the case. Persons have been helping me. I call all these different persons God, little angels that he placed along the way in the step of my journey.
Claxton also had this to say.
Those who may be going through the same situation that I may be going through, or may have a family member going through the situation, that it is not a death sentence. It's a struggle. It's a difficult journey. But with the support of friends, with the support of your family, with the support of God, because he's most important, you can make it through. And there are things that we can do to prevent or to mitigate the circumstances of cancer.
Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Mark Brantley, continues to engage allied countries. The Foreign Affairs Minister has been utilizing technology to hold discussions as travel remains a health and logistical challenge for many of the foreign diplomats. Brantley says he has participated in several virtual meetings recently with diplomatic colleagues around the world to share experiences on and responses to COVID-19 and to seek to animate and energize bilateral relationships. Trade relations, climate change, and the European Union's blacklisting of Caribbean countries were some of the issues discussed. Some of these recent engagements include meetings with His Excellency Gustavo Pandiani, Ambassador of Argentina to St. Kitts and Nevis, and Her Excellency Janet Douglas, UK High Commissioner to Barbados and the OECS on October 20th, and His Excellency Carlos de Sousa Amaro, Ambassador of Portugal to St. Kitts and Nevis on October 21st. Brantley also met virtually with Her Excellency Vera Lucia dos Santos Camilla Campetti, Brazil Ambassador-designate to St. Kitts and Nevis, and His Excellency Inho Lee, Ambassador-designate of South Korea to St. Kitts and Nevis on October 22nd. The Foreign Affairs Minister says he has also held discussions with African countries with respect to visa waiver agreements as he continues to work to spread St. Kitts and Nevis's diplomatic footprint across the globe. Still to come.
We have already prepped 1,093 pounds of smoked ham towards the Christmas season.
The details after this break.
Taxes are the lifeblood of a nation. Feel good about what your tax dollars do in Nevis. As a responsible citizen, your tax dollars protect our environment. Pay your taxes on time. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis.
Be a responsible citizen.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Human Resources in the Nevis Island Administration is informing of the United Kingdom's UK Chefnin Scholarship Program. The Chefnin Scholarship Program offers students the opportunity to pursue a master's course at a UK university with benefits including fully funded tuition fees to your chosen university, living expenses for the duration of your studies, return flight to the United Kingdom, access to exclusive events across the United Kingdom, and joining an international chefning network. Interested persons should apply by November 3rd, 2020. Visit the website www.chefnin.org to apply and to access additional information. Permanent Secretary Hughie Sargent is pleased that the Ministry of Agriculture in the Nevis Island Administration was able to participate in the 36th Food and Agricultural Organization FAO Regional Conference for Latin America and the Caribbean, held virtually in Nicaragua from October 19th to 21st. Sargent, along with Director of the Department of Agriculture Randy Elliott and Deputy Director Floyd Liebert, were part of the St. Kitts and Nevis delegation headed by Permanent Secretary in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture Ron Dublin Collins. According to Sargent, the major topics that were of note to Nevis were the rise in hunger in regions between 2015 and 2019, the economic impact of COVID-19 on livelihoods and food security, the use of technology for enhanced production, the need for improved access and trade options so that more persons can benefit, and investment in agro-food systems. Sargent says the participation of the Nevis team was a good learning experience, and more importantly, it validated the direction that Nevis is taking in agriculture. They are in agreement with the major points that were discussed and are at different levels in their operations to ensure food and nutrition security. The Department of Agriculture's Abattoir Division has begun to accept orders for smoked ham, smoked beef, and smoked chicken for the Christmas season. As noted by Manager Garfield Griffin, all meat processed at the Abattoir Division is sourced from local farmers.
Already for this year, we have already prepped 1,093 pounds of smoked ham towards the Christmas season. Our target this year, we did last year roughly 260 plus hams. Our target this year is somewhere over 300 hams. Shortly, we should be sending out the flyers for ordering and so forth. So we have another approximate maybe 200 plus for preparation for the rest of the quarter.
The Abattoir Division will be taking orders for smoked ham, smoked beef, and smoked chicken until December 10th, 2020. To place your orders, call 469-5521, extension 6520, 669-2903, or 669-8726. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.